Hello, Divine Feminine. How are you? I am doing well. I hope you are doing well. Energy's a bit heavy. I think we are going into some pretty deep healing energy with the North Node conjunct Chiron. So let's get some animal signifiers and see what's going on. My reading yesterday was really unusual. You know, I have to honor what wants to come through. Well, we love that. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to do my very best today to not do a karmic reading. Let's lower that a little. Spirit has a plan. A rebirth is assured. Now is a lucky time and groundhog spirit time to let go. A little masculine clutching his heart with, I think, his life depended on it. And you are being fruitful and multiplying and really feeling very blessed, I think. So let's see what tarot has to tell us. You two feel a bit not on the same page. Oh, and I feel the masculine's energy. God, I have not thought about this toy, I don't know, in decades. This is how sometimes, like, the whole spirit clairvoyance stuff is very odd, but you're like, I couldn't have picked that. It was a toy when I was very, very young, and it had like a round bottom, and it would just like wobble all over the place, but never really fall down. And I feel like the masculine is really feeling like that. Like he can't really get his footing underneath him. Knight of Swords twice, and you saw how much I shuffled that with the Three of Pentacles. So I was going to talk about these animals, even though we do have the bat here. I feel like there's a big emphasis on earth energy. We've had a predominance of pentacles for quite a long time now. Well, we got the wheel again. So wheel was the center card yesterday. Devil and Death with 4 of Wands again. 8 of Swords, 9 of Wands, 4 of Swords. So we've got a lot of swords today. And the Queen of Cups. Swords and Wands with the Magician feeling not so, like things are not going his way. He's got things he wants to say. So it's really interesting when you have the wheel coming out with the Devil, Death, and the Magician. I would say the way that these cards are falling is that some of the things that are being done are for show. You may see something may come into your awareness. However, it would be that you would hear or know new things about your masculine. I have a feeling from these cards that there is a plan being put into motion. A plan that he has thought about a tremendous amount. This is the funniest set of cards. It's almost a plan that a child would make. In fact, I think it's being made from his inner child. And his main concern is I don't want to be like left holding the bag is what they're showing me. I don't want to be the culprit. I don't know why they're using that word. It's not a word I ever use. Look at that. Oh, man. Garden in the gate, huh? Interesting. It's almost like he's going to purposefully make something fall apart so you hear about it, or kind of leak information that maybe he's going through a breakup, or something really difficult happening to him. Could be something like a rehab for something. Could be, for some, it could be worse. Like, when I have the devil and death in verse, with the Four of Wands, there's something going on drastic in my mind. Like, I feel like there is a drastic change. Wow, those are beautiful cards. That is like, there's resistance around it. It's like I'm not going willingly, you know, I'm not going. Okay, let's get what's actually going on here. Because I tell you that this energy is quite difficult to actually read. So your masculine's really being forced into a healing situation. It could, for some, this isn't for everyone, okay? I'm saying that there are various levels of things that could be happening here. Either he is willingly giving himself a pause because he knows that he is in a really difficult situation and he wants to make it change for the better. I mean, one thing is for sure is he will not escape this. It's either a karmic debt or it is a transformation that needs to occur within him that is going to go on. So there will not be any escaping this. I'm surprised we don't have like justice here. So he wants to make sure, basically what's coming through is that he's controlling the narrative. He knows that he's going to have to go through a period of either darkness, isolation, or some kind of healing. He knows it. He already knows this. This is known to him. He doesn't want to do it. And he's been trying to figure out how he can use this so his ego, this is the weirdest readings coming through. So his ego can stay intact. Like, it's like things happen to us for us to become the people that we want to be. And he's really in his mind fighting this healing, like with everything he has. I actually, for some people, for some masculines, this is a more of a spiritual awakening, because you have the bat, death, and this clairvoyance card. And the Queen of Cups upright with the Magician. There's a lot of psychic energy here. So he feels sort of trapped in a situation. And what he has decided to do is I don't know, he has been thinking about this. I knew a mask card was going to come out. I just knew it. Okay, so he really still, oh my God, wow, these are amazing cards. He doesn't feel capable of becoming the person that he would need to be in order to be with you. It's still this feeling of like, I can't come to you and be like, I know we're meant to be together and I want to make it happen. The kind of mastermindy plan that he's coming up with is, I'm going to go through a period of either separation, isolation, or kind of nobly taking on something that someone in their sphere is urging them to. For some, this could be a sex addiction. For some, this could be a gambling problem. For some, it could be drugs and alcohol or mental wellness, like mental healing. There's something that has him mentally bound and he can't seem to get over it. And so his kind of solution to this is, if I control the situation and how it happens, I can control how much of me is, I can control like what's said about me, what gets out, what people see. I can make it seem like I have the upper hand here. That's what's coming through. It's not like so you'll know if this is your reading, like you'll know if your masculine has been struggling with mental health or addictions or toxic behaviors. And it can run the gamut. Like, I mean, this could be a professional person that still is having these challenges, or this could be someone that's like running from the law, or I could see this applying to many, many different situations. Is not, it feels like he's kind of crumbling his own tower in a way, so that it looks like it was his idea. And he's not being like forced into a situation that would make his ego feel really badly. Now, kind of jokes on him, I crave you fell out, because there's a big, the healing that's going to come out of this situation is big. He's going to, and I'd be lying if I'd saying I think he's doing some of this because he thinks it will get him closer to you or for you. Sun energy. He definitely has an agenda here. It is definitely planned. He definitely wants you to know about it. I feel like it's not being hidden. Oh, part of it could be like having a new spiritual practice or being public with that. Go for it. I look at your social media. Leo. So we have Leo and the sun, the hologram. Atlantis, Pisces. I tell my friends about when we were together. I miss your laugh. I feel stupid for running. Magician vibes. I know I treated you badly and I'm too proud to say sorry. I wish I was braver. Crystalline frequency. And sometimes my heart feels so full. So again, we have the heart, the clutching heart being indicated here. The heart, his heart gets overwhelmed with the feelings for you. And we see it here again. But you see how he's kind of put it outside of his body and not really made it part of who he is. It's like, I feel like, and it's a very Aquarian energy. It's like, if I over intellectualize the way I feel, that will make it safer, right? If I overthink about the fact that I really have got myself trapped in this situation, because these are cards of entrapment here. There's a lot of cards here of being stuck. Some of it could have to do with, do they share a home with someone? Are they bound to someone? Okay, let's keep going here because I see it, some narrative. Part of what's coming through is like, for some, not all, is like a forced separation. Again, comparison, patience, guilt, fighting, flowering, aloneness, courage, and innocence. That innocence to me is really like the inner child. Playfulness too. He is finding a certain amount of bravery to face the fact that he really isn't happy here. There's a lot of conflict around him. And this might be that he faces the fact that he learned the model he grew up with was a really one of, you know, fighting for his life, fighting for attention, getting attention in a negative way instead of being able to share his heart, right? I get the feeling here that it's very, very hard for him to share his feelings. But if he fights someone, if he creates conflict and someone fights back, well, that means that they care. And I do see a lot of cards about going back deep into to his memories of youth, to his, it's interesting this word passion is on this card, because I just did a video, like always, that where it was like, your passion in life will lead you to become the person you actually are, the person you're meant to be. And I feel like he's been trying to do that, but he hasn't been able to. And a lot of it comes from the fact that he is pushing down the guilt he feels from you, like the way he dealt with you. I can't really put into words like the amount of love he has for you is enormous, and when he's away from that, it feels like darkness. But there is this trade-off of, well, I'm aware that I just hurt her, because that hurt feels better. You know, if you're in a really low vibration, hurt and anger would feel better than just sitting in despair and depression, because it's higher up on the emotional scale. So we have another card of masking. He just doesn't feel worthy of love, but he wants to learn to trust. Look at, that's exactly what I was talking about right here. He wants to free himself from this mental prison, right? Prison that he put himself in with his own thoughts. You know, this unicorn can jump over that fence, but it doesn't, because that's what it knows. And there's a big feeling here of, if things don't change, this is the feeling coming through, if I don't make something change, I'm going to lose her forever. I'm going to be trapped in a situation that I don't like. But I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to come be honest with my feelings. I don't know how to trust, and I want to learn to trust, but I am scared of it. I'm scared from everything that's happened in this life and everything that's happened in all of the past lives. I remember so much losing this person that it's like losing yourself, right? Because it is losing yourself to a degree. And that makes me feel completely hopeless and helpless. Oh, look at, make the effort was hiding underneath. See? Do you see exactly what I was saying? This was like this. I pulled this out, and this was underneath. He wants it to look like he's not making the effort, but he is. That's what this is about. And it could be, again, this I think is the third reading in a row that the Four of Wands has played a really significant role. And I think it may be you, metaphorically or symbolically or actually moving on, that's forcing this to happen. And I don't mean you're forcing anything. You're living your life, right? And you're making the decisions that are best for you at this point in time. And it's like, well, if he's not going to change and this isn't going to happen, although I don't think you've been seeing what has been changing on the inside, right? There has been really significant lessons through the karmic partner. That it feels like that is over or ending. I really don't want to make this about that. And you know, what will be with that. He'll either leave it or he'll stay and continue on with that pattern. But there is a big lesson being learned here. And I think at one point he really thought this karmic situation was an amazing situation, relationship, job, whatever it is. And then he saw, you know, through that karmic situation, that his heart was as equally trapped as hers or theirs, right? And this is there's a white bird here. This is a lesson about putting on this mask to make everything seem okay. But in the heart of it, in his heart of it, it's not. And for those of you that your masculine chose someone else, I mean, trust me when I say there's an understanding now of not only the pain of like not being chosen because that's what their karmic would do to them, but also the recognition of that person that put themselves in that position that they are. And this would be from you too, however you experience this. It's like realizing that how hurt and traumatized you were to have to be in a position to like be just trying to accept breadcrumbs from a person that isn't even really able to give love, right? And I think that's what the feminines have been realizing over the past like 4 to 6 months, is that it takes a lot of grieving and acceptance for when you see how you've been acting. It's, I mean, I can only speak from my personal experience on this. It's like, it's disheartening in a lot of ways to realize like how it's disheartening but also empowering at the same time. It's like how little you were settling for is how the reflection that you had on yourself, right? But it's also now you've come to a point where you can heal your life and it's fully within your control. And it is quite empowering to win in that way. When you realize you can give yourself that love that you were so desperately looking for and felt trapped in, you can be the one to like free your heart and be very compassionate with yourself. And it's a whole, like, these are probably the most beautiful cards in this deck to me, because it is, and these are cheesy kind of things to say, but it's like you can romance yourself. You can give yourself this very sweet love and emotion and, you know, heal and renew yourself on this level that's so profound. And I feel like you have been doing that. And they see right now this. I think this is all like cracking open here. And should we get these? Let's get a few of these. And they may or may not take that opportunity. But right now, what it looks like they're doing is they're being forced to go through an opportunity to heal. And that's like a council of light. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. Transformation. So the third death card. There won't be any denial of this. Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? It's so profound. You know, awakening. energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. It's exactly what I was just saying. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Tower again. So they will be forced. Whatever they've been in denial about dealing with, it will be forced upon them to leap. So the Fool card, there's a pause. It's a kind of a Four of Swords card. Trust your path. They don't trust their path. They don't trust themselves, but they're going to through this. Some of them may be workaholics and just be like overworking themselves, staying longer and longer at work, going on trips, whatever it is, however they get out of dealing with stuff, you know. And they may be like, well, I'm just working hard for you. I'm working hard for you. Are you going to be upset at that? But the point here is that they know, or they're coming to this realization that they aren't emotionally available. And they have to get there, and they're going to be forced to get there. That's an interesting card to come out. And then we have share, imagine, let go of stress, and change. So they're also realizing like they can't not do it alone. They can't. Nobody can. They've been very, like, I'm feeling it in my heart right now. It's very intense energy. That this aloneness is really crushing them. Because, you know, our ego will play tricks on us, and our ego is there to keep us safe. It's not a bad thing, but it will deceive us into believing that we look a different way to the outside world. Like, when you are healed, you know, you have compassion for yourself and you have compassion for others. And you know that we all struggle. We all struggle with these things. Sometimes feeling alone. Sometimes feeling lonely when there's people around. Sometimes feeling misunderstood. Sometimes struggling with addictions, mental health. Feeling out of control. Feeling trapped. Feeling all of these things. And, you know, anyone who's further down the healing road than you are currently will not judge you, will understand where you are and what you've been through, because they've been there too. And it might not be the exact situation, but they know that. It's the second channeling card. Interesting. But they know that you're on a healing journey, you know? There is only light. 3:30, 43. Enlightenment. Enlightenment is coming to the masculine. Soul family. Soul's journey. Let go. He's just remembering who he is, and this is the path that he's chosen to do it. And I guess that's a really beautiful way of saying that, you know, you're just in this process of remembering who you truly are, right? And it was Ram Dass that said we're all just walking each other home, and our, you know, our home is realizing that we are all just these spiritual beings. Your masculine may, their claircognizance or their channeling may be opening up, or they may be realizing that it's always been there, but they have been using it for more destructive purposes, or manipulating people. That's also kind of a really big realization, you know. So I hope that has helped you. I do feel like the masculine sees you very gloriously, very lucky at this time, very stable in a lot of ways. You may not completely feel stable, but you are, you know, like a shining light driving them forward right now. So let's see if we can get some advice and some signifiers on where you both are. The energies. You know, this card they're pointing out to me, that level, the courage level, is so pivotal. I began really talking about my spiritual journey at that mark. That is like the mark that they wanted me to get everyone to understand. I mean, the way they're saying it to me now, it's really like what divides like old earth and new earth is that level of 200. And because so much goes in to you being able to, so much healing goes into you being able to authentically express who you are in the world. It's kind of downplayed. Like, I feel like people just are like, yeah, be authentic. Like, it's the easiest thing in the world. It's probably the hardest thing in the world. First of all, because if you've lived in survival for so long, you've had to cover it up. It wasn't a choice that you made. Like, as a child, it was survival. And that's terrifying in a lot of ways, especially when you've lived in flight or fight like your whole life. I don't care what age you are. Like, people say, like, well, age will fix that. Age does not fix that. Most people go through a whole life not fixing it. They just numb it forever. Like, culturally, it's fine. If you want to numb it forever, that can be your entire identity. You can be like the party guy, the you know, that's a totally acceptable societal way of being. So here we see compassion, which I talked about, and boundaries and peace. For you, you have Kuan Yin, release judgments about yourself and others, and I talked about that, and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. So you're rising up into this beautiful feminine wisdom. She's sitting in a pink lotus, right? Kuan Yin is the ascended master for the divine feminine. She actually rides a pink dragon, and now I'm going to need to get the dragon out to show you because I think it's one of the most beautiful cards in this deck. And we are now in the year of the dragon. So the masculine has Irene, peace. There's no need to worry. Everything is working out beautifully. He will need to surrender to the universe, right? The universe is helping him with this journey he's on. And then Ishtar, boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. And we have Dana, the high priestess. You have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Some of you may be called to spiritually teach others in whatever way that is, right? Any kind of teaching done with a spiritual intention is spiritual teaching. You know, it can be anything. Look at that. That's beautiful. And it could be on the internet, because that's really what this is saying. So let's get some dragon cards. Close. So close. I have to get that dragon out now. I have to get Kuan Yin's dragon because it looks a lot like that one. But it's just so beautiful. So we have the rose pink dragon. This is Kuan Yin's pink dragon. Look at how beautiful it is with the lotus. I'm gonna put him out there, her out there. Prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. That's the bottom of the deck. We have Earth Dragon. I guess I should have done this way. For the masculine, clears your path. I don't usually read them like this. And land around you. Stay grounded. Be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward with life. And then in between, we have this Alpha Dragon. Harness the divine masculine power of creation. Destroy the old. Visualize your dream. Help to manifest a new world. And then we do have the Aquamarine Dragon from Neptune. Enables you to access your deepest soul's wisdom. As I talked about Chiron in the reading, that key is a symbol for Chiron. Spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive ineffable soul knowledge. So I think this just means, in a lot of ways, listening to your inner voice, your soul, your wisdom, your intuition. Okay. We have divine director, intervention, and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. They have Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong. Focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. And then we have Mother Mary here with love and peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother, healing is possible at this time. So we have peace here and here. And I do think that the mother energy plays a big role. And then we have Mesolchek higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is required for further progress. And then, oops. We've got crystals. I would say the stronger and faster you dive into what you feel like your purpose is, and the clearer you get, the faster that it will happen on his side. You have clarity, tanzanite. He has rhodochrosite, acceptance, and then agate, healthy body, and malachite, healing. So some may be healing from injury or surgery or something like that. Brazilianite is flexibility and peace again under that. Soulcite. Okay. So this is beautiful. This could also be heart healing, right? We have a lot of heart energy there. You have this throat chakra color. So any of these energies you can call into your energy field, or you can use the, if you want to use Kuan Yin, you can call her in and ask her to, while you sleep or meditate, go to her ascended master retreat, or you could use a candle, you could use whatever you feel like. All right, so we have emotions are a natural and necessary part of life. They can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, we must let go of resentment. Wow. They have look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Then in between is sacred union and honor, and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. And on the bottom we have surrender and time. You are trying too hard, give it time. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and it will all work out. I do think there is a message of detachment here and grounding yourself in the reality that you want to be in, and establishing that new vibration as your home base, which may or may not include an actual physical move. All right. I hope that helps you. My readings are open. Sending you lots of love, and I hope that you have a beautiful week. And now I have to go to 4444. Bye for now.